Skinny Hardaway Southern T, back with another EP. And I know I'm never on this early. I know it's probably my first time being on this early, but you know, some shit just came across my attention, that I had to talk about. And first and foremost, I want to apologize to the Southern T fam, about yesterday. Your boy was extremely tired yesterday. Y'all was extremely tired. I had some workouts yesterday. Had to take care of some business yesterday early, so I kind of just used yesterday to give me a little rest. I didn't go on do Southern T. I ain't answer the phone for nobody, but I'm up bright and early this morning, and this is something that I've been hearing about. Actually, to be real with y'all, I've been hearing about this like as soon, and I really didn't believe this news. Like as soon as Luis Ortiz had finished fighting, Charles Martin, I had sources in my inbox telling me, yo, celebrate because they're talking about putting Ortiz in the ring with Flip Hrgovic, and I took that with a grain of salt. I ain't gonna lie to you. One of my more trusted sources, one of my more trusted sources, one of my more trusted sources hit me with this news. As soon as the Charles Martin fight was over, now my man, I'm like, bro, ain't no way in here they finna, order Flip and Ortiz. And Ortiz just fought an eliminator, and the eliminator ain't even been over with for 2 hours. So I took it with a grain of salt. And then, the next day he told me that I heard, rumblings from, a different source that, oh yeah, Flip and Ortiz might fight. So, I'm like, okay. So that's the second time I heard it. And then I woke up this morning and I seen that the IBF asked. Now I'm gonna read exactly, what I saw. The IBF asked Ortiz and Flip Hrgovic, would they want to compete in the title eliminator, for the IBF. Now, from my understanding, Charles Martin and Luis Ortiz had just fought in the eliminator. You know what I mean? And like when it comes to Luis Ortiz in particular, these eliminators and mandatory situations, I always get kind of funny because I remember Luis Ortiz used to be the mandatory for Anthony Joshua. I remember Luis Ortiz was the mandatory for Dylan White. He actually became the mandatory for Anthony Joshua because he became the mandatory for Dylan White, and Dylan White didn't want to fight him. You know what I mean? And they've been crying. They've been doing that Dylan White, being the mandatory for 6,758 days and all that good shit. But Luis, he was called to fight Luis Ortiz, and it never happened. And they gave Dylan White, that little interim belt to keep his mandatory thing going, which he eventually ended up getting knocked out, by Pulev, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. Y'all remember Dylan White got knocked out. But yeah, I just noticed how when it comes to Luis Ortiz in these mandatory situations, it's always some extra stuff. And now we got him fighting in a back-to-back double title eliminator. Now, I'm going to read exactly what they said. Now, they asked him, did he want to fight in the eliminator? The IBF has officially sent letters to Flip Hrgovic and Luis Ortiz asking the heavyweights if they want to participate in the final eliminator for the next IBF mandatory challenger. Both fighters given 3 days to decide. Hrgovic has already accepted. Now, they threw their hint out there that Hrgovic has already accepted. I just seen another story from a boxing scene, not really sure who wrote it, that, Hrgovic was saying that they hope Luis Ortiz accepts. They hope Luis Ortiz accepts. Now, I want to be the first one to come on record and say, no, Luis Ortiz, you shouldn't fight Flip Hrgovic in another title eliminator because you just beat Charles Martin in the title eliminator. The WBC mandated you to fight Dylan White in the title eliminator. Dylan White said no. And then you became Anthony Joshua's, opponent. And then whatever happened with Anthony Joshua, that situation, just completely went away. I did a Southern T on that situation as well. Luis Ortiz is one of those guys. He's one of the more highly ducked guys in boxing. You know what I mean? Just coming off a great fight with Charles Martin. I think the first time in a long time that Luis Ortiz, actually, I think this is the first time ever in Luis Ortiz's career that he's actually looked beatable. Even in Luis Ortiz's losses to Deontay Wilder, he didn't look beatable in that fight. He was actually up in those fights, doing really well until Deontay Wilder, knocked him out. And that fight against Charles Martin, Luis Ortiz looked, beatable. And I feel like, yeah, Luis Ortiz is a warrior, so he probably is going to accept this fight. But I think on all in all, total, I think on the whole, like it's bullshit. I think the IBF is up to some bullshit. And normally the IBF is one of the sanctioning bodies, that's pretty straight down the line, by the book. And they tried to be slick about it because they asked these guys that, if Ortiz says, no, I don't want to fight him, then they're going to say, oh, well, Ortiz, Hrgovic, he don't got nobody on his resume. He a bum. He only fight bums. Hrgovic going to, and all that stuff. But he literally just beat Charles Martin in the title eliminator. So if I'm Luis Ortiz, I'm not going to fight, Flip Hrgovic, because I just fought in the title eliminator for the IBF. So the IBF, you telling me that I got to fight in 2 eliminators and still not get a title shot? I got to fight in 2 eliminators for the same belt? That's just, not fair. And it's always the case when it comes to a guy like Luis Ortiz. Now I could say, well, this is boxing. We want good fights. Luis Ortiz is a good boxer. Hrgovic is a good boxer. So let's make the fight. True, that is true. But this is not what this is about. This is about, the constant mistreatment of Luis Ortiz in this boxing game. And this mistreatment as far as goes to, him getting fights, let's just say, with Dylan White, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Andy Ruiz, just him getting fights with the top guys in general. Or we could go as far as to say, him being, these mandatories. You could Google it. This is not some shit that I'm making up if you don't believe my word for it. Actually, I'm headed to the house now real quick. Once I get settled a little bit, I'll Google it for you. Ortiz has been looked over in many situations, and now you got the IBF who's trying to add yet another stipulation into Luis Ortiz's title shot. Luis Ortiz, y'all, let me do you a history right quick. Let me go you something that I can give you off the top of my head. How many title shots has Luis Ortiz had in his whole career? Luis Ortiz had a long career. The running joke on Luis Ortiz is that he's old. He's an old guy. He's listed as 40 or 41 or something like that. The running joke on him is that he's an old guy. He's been around boxing a long time. How many title shots has Luis Ortiz had? Luis Ortiz has had, can y'all hear me? Luis Ortiz has had has had 2 title shots from the same person each time. And that same person is Deontay Wilder. Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all can't hear me. I just had to make sure. I just had to make sure y'all can hear me. Yo. Okay. Can y'all hear me? I just had to make sure that y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Ah, shit, I'm back now, y'all. My bad, my bad. Y'all been cooking my ass off. How long this shit been blank, y'all? Y'all been on this jump mad as hell. Damn, that's crazy. Crush, what's the last time y'all heard, Crush? My bad, y'all. Damn, dog. Damn. Y'all, Ortiz, fuck it, I'm still going in. Fuck that shit. Y'all, Ortiz has been given one goddamn title shot, bro. And I know you gonna say, nah, he been given 2 title shots. Nah, he fought Deontay Wilder twice. Deontay Wilder is the only man of this man's whole fucking career who's giving Ortiz the goddamn title shot, bro. Nobody, you don't have to fight Flip. You don't gotta prove shit to nobody. You earned your spot, Ortiz. If I'm in Ortiz camp, bro, I'm telling my dog, bro, you don't gotta fight nobody. You don't got shit to prove, nigga. I was there. Damn, that's fucked up, Crush. All right, that's fucked up, Crush. I was there. Oh, I said, let me give y'all a little story then. So y'all probably missed my whole story. Okay, babe, boom. Let me take y'all back. If y'all don't know, Ortiz and Dylan White, motherfuckers want to holler Dylan. Man, hold on, let me go get my weed because they got me fucked up. If y'all don't know, yo, they told they want to pretend Dylan White been the champion, been the mandatory for 6,788 days and shit like that, right? They told Dylan White years ago, hey bro, your mandatory is Luis Ortiz. Y'all remember when Luis Ortiz was ranked like number 4 in the WBC? You know what I mean? He was the motherfucking Dylan White mandatory, and Dylan White said, hell no, I'm not fighting Luis Ortiz. He said, hell no, I'm not fighting Luis Ortiz. And they bumped Luis Ortiz up to number 4. And then guess what? Guess who became the mandatory? Guess who mandatory Luis Ortiz became after Dylan White said no for his mandatory? He became Anthony Joshua. And let me tell y'all something real quick. Y'all might not know. Ortiz was Anthony Joshua's mandatory. Kind of, sort of. Let me tell you what happened. So, after Dylan White ducked Luis Ortiz, by default, Luis Ortiz became the mandatory for WBC because, as you all know, for 6,000 days, D-Ball Dylan White been the mandatory, quote unquote, right? But he ducked Luis Ortiz years ago, and then Luis Ortiz became the mandatory for AJ. But AJ said, "Hell no, I'm not fighting no motherfucking Luis Ortiz." He said, "Man, I thought I was too having. Damn, my bad, my bad." And Josh said, "No, I'm not fighting no motherfucking Luis Ortiz." And then Luis Ortiz was like, "Nah, AJ, yes, the fuck you is fighting me because I got some motherfucking mandatory. I got some motherfucking mandatory status shit going on." And Joshua said, "Well, if you want to play them games, I don't want to fight you. I'm gonna take your ass to court, and I bet you I don't have to fight you." And y'all know how they do them Cubans and shit like that. You know, them black Cubans are almost treated worse than black American fighters. They treated just as bad, if not worse, than black American fighters. And a lot of them don't be trying to go to court because by them Cubans going to court, that'll bring up a whole bunch of other shit that they don't really want to be getting into and all that good shit too. Y'all know what I mean? So he was like, "Nah, I'm straight. I ain't got to go to court, but you can have that shit, big bro." And then they started that Dylan White being the mandatory for 6,000 days and shit again. When the whole time they done pulled the fuck over Luis Ortiz scheme in between it. Y'all know what I'm saying? So if you don't know, I just told you. Y'all remember? Look, let me tell you something again. You don't know, but you should know if you pay attention to boxing. Y'all swear y'all hardcore. Y'all swear y'all hardcores, but really y'all just opportunities. Y'all only care about what the fuck y'all want to care about. Y'all remember Luis Ortiz was ranked number 4 in the WBC, and all of a sudden the nigga ended up getting dropped to like number 12 or some shit like that. All of a sudden, that's because of this Dylan White and Anthony Joshua situation. He got bumped up because of the Dylan White thing, and he got bumped back down because Anthony Joshua didn't want to fight him and threatened to take him to court. You know what I mean? So they had to do away with him. And now he has fought and earned his way back up in a different ranking system in the IBF, which is seen as the most fairest ranking system, right? They're supposed to be the fairest ranking system, right? But now you got the IBF asking him, and I say this in quotations, I got this in quotations for a reason, asking him, does he want to defend his belt against Flip Hrgovic in another title eliminator after just beating Charles Martin in a title eliminator? You know what I mean? It just seemed like it just seems like man, especially when it comes to Luis Ortiz in particular. Luis Ortiz to an extreme. But it's like when it comes to these black fighters and especially Luis Ortiz, it's always some hoops to jump through. You know what I mean? It's always some hoops to jump through, you know what I mean? And I'm sick of that shit, bro. So to avoid So to avoid all the bullshit, to avoid all the drama, to avoid all the extra shit, to avoid the suspense, because this is the first time that I ever seen, Luis Ortiz, look, beatable. He didn't even look beatable in the Deontay Wilder fight. I had him up on Deontay Wilder. You know what I mean? This is the first time that I seen him look, this is the first time that I seen him, look beatable. Just to be real with y'all. So I think they're being opportune. I think they're trying to find a way to finally, quote unquote, put an end to this Luis Ortiz thing type deal. You know what I mean? That's what I think they're trying to do. But if I'm Luis Ortiz, bro, I'm not fighting Flip Hrgovic, and it's not because I'm afraid of Flip Hrgovic. I'm not fighting Flip Hrgovic because I don't have to. And I earned my spot, and I'm already solidified. I'm already uh I'm already where Flip trying to get. Flip has seen as a prospect. I got what, she damn near double the fights that Flip got. You know what I mean? Type deal. And if you asking me, right? And if you asking me, that means you giving me a choice. I feel like the IBF trying to be slick about it instead of, ordering it, because they ordered the last one against Charles Martin, right? They ordered the last one. They ordered the last fight against Charles Martin, right? They trying to be slick about this one. They're asking, hey, we gonna ask you, do you want to fight, Hrgovic in a title eliminator? So if you say no, then we can run that campaign like, oh, the team Hrgovic can run the campaign like, oh, well, he ducked us. When truth be told, now his spot already solidified. He already earned his spot.
What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? Yeah, but on some real shit, man. We ain't even going this morning. You know what I'm saying? Cause if y'all asking them, what's good? Let me say what's up to y'all folks properly. Shout out my guy, Brothers Keeper. Shout out my guy, Chris the Legend. Shout out my guy, G5 Gay. Shout out my guy, Copper Aborigines. Shout out my guy, Jay Gibson. Shout out my guy. Okay, there's it. Shout out my guy, Jerome Truitt. Yeah, I'm some rich, y'all. This this shit right here, this shit right here is easy. This shit right here is easy fixable though. This one right here, we ain't even finna let them worry us with this one. You know why? You know why? You know why we ain't even finna let them worry us with this? Because Luis Ortiz not gonna take this fight, and he shouldn't take this fight. Bingo. Because he a problem, you know what I mean? We ain't even all he gotta do. You do, Jerome. You ain't got no wrench, bro. Let me wrench you up. Y'all hit that like button for me. I got 13 likes. I got more people than 13 people in here right now. Y'all hit that like button for me. I just rinsed you up, bro. Shout out my nigga Jerome Truitt. Shout out my guy Jerome. PJ Big Dog, what's up, man? Yeah, but it's like they constantly trying to fuck over Luis Ortiz, man. You know what I mean? They fucked him over with that WBC shit. They fucked him over with that WBC shit with Dylan White. Dylan White said, "Nah, I'm good. I'm fighting you." And then he by default became AJ mandatory. AJ said, "No, I ain't fighting you." Luis Ortiz said, "Yes, she is." Because you got to, I'm the mandatory. Well, AJ said, "Well, shit, I'll take you to court." Luis Ortiz was like, "Nah, I'm straight." It did, Mr. Shelton. That's what we saying, Mr. Shelton. You right, Mr. Shelton. You absolutely right. It did. It did. See, but this what they doing, Mr. Shelton. This what they doing, OG. This what they doing. They asking him. They asking him, do he want to fight in another mandatory? You know what I mean? They gonna use is that my gal? That my goddamn gal. Well, is they ask him, they ask him, they asking him, do he want to fight in another mandatory? Like they like we know we just gave you one, but we asking you. So look, if Luis Ortiz say no, they gonna spin the, you know what they gonna spin it as? Oh, Luis Ortiz ducked. He ducked Flip Hrgovic. He ducked Flip Hrgovic. He didn't want to smoke with Flip Hrgovic. Nah, he said no because he don't have to shit to prove. Nobody. And that's what I'm saying. If I'm Luis Ortiz, I'm not fighting him. And I'm not fighting him because I'm scared of him. I'm not fighting him because I don't fucking have to. Because I already earned my fucking spot. And I won't, if I hope Team Luis Ortiz hear this somewhere. I hope somewhere around the world, Team Luis Ortiz hear this, or somebody close to him hear this, or somebody somewhere hear this. And they tell him, bro, no, say no. Because they're asking you for it. Shout out my guy AB. Shout out my guy Alpha Yasharala. You feel me? Like they're asking you, do you want to fight him? No, because I just fought in the mandatory. I just fought in the mandatory. Now, Chisora versus Flip Hrgovic in the UK. Chisora versus Flip Hrgovic in the UK because Ortiz got championship business going on. Chisora need to fight Flip Hrgovic need to fight a guy like Chisora. That's more your level right now. Ortiz got bigger fish to fry. You know what I mean? So when they ask him, say no. They said Flip said yes. So they got 3 days to agree. They don't even need 3 days. They don't need 3 days. Because I tell them no today. Somebody call Luis Ortiz camp and tell them to pass me the phone, and I tell them no. And I take all the blame in the world. Because there's not no fucking duck. There's not a fucking duck because you solidified. He's already earned your spot. Spot is earned. You feel me? Spot is earned. Ain't no way in the hell this man he literally just had a title eliminator. When I say just had one, y'all, he had a title eliminator Saturday. Yo, this man had a title eliminator Saturday, bro. Yeah, it's fucking Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, it's fucking Tuesday. That's 3 days ago. This nigga just had a title eliminator 3 days ago. And y'all asking this man, quotation mark, asking this man, do he want to fight in another eliminator? For what? No, he don't. I'm answering the form. No, he don't want to fight another eliminator. For what? He don't have to. Why? How is Luis Ortiz? How long? 10 plus years, 20 plus years, however long he been boxing, a decade, 2 decades, however long Luis Ortiz been boxing. How is it the fuck that he only had 2 fucking title shots? Luis Ortiz only had 2 fucking title shots in 2 decades of boxing. Flip Hrgovic ain't even got 18 fights, and y'all trying to give him a title shot, a title eliminator for a title shot, bro. The only person that gave Luis Ortiz, what's good, G5, Jeremy Chewett, Cop. The only person, Alpha Yasharala, the only person that gave Luis, I love you, dope. The only, dope, if you watching this, dope, I love you, dope. The only person that gave Luis Ortiz a fucking title shot, bro, is Deontay Wilder. What kind of shit is that? You mean tell me this man been in the game 20 years and nobody else thought, hey, well, let me go fight this guy that's been ranked so high in these goddamn rankings all these years. Oh, well, let me go fight this guy that only got 2 losses to Deontay Wilder. And if you literally go check the fights, he was up on the fucking scorecards. Come on, man. Make that shit make sense. Make that shit make sense, man. I wanted to be the first. I ain't even about being the first one. I just wanted to make sure I said my fucking piece. I just wanted to make sure that I said my fucking part on this. And I told you, I'm building these bigs about another 30 minutes. I get about another 30 minutes to kill. I just want to make sure that I said my fucking part on this, bro, because I see the play. They ask him. I'm gonna read it again for y'all. I'm gonna read it again so y'all can see the wording of this shit. I want y'all to see the wording of this shit. Then I'm gonna read that other article that they just dropped. I'm gonna read the first article I got, then I'm gonna read the other article that they just dropped. The IBF has officially sent letters to Flip Hrgovic and Luis Ortiz asking if the heavyweights want to participate in the final eliminator to determine Alexander Usyk's next IBF mandatory challenger. Both fighters given 3 days to decide. Hrgovic already accepted. Now they asked Luis Ortiz, so that means y'all asked me so I can tell y'all no. So if I'm Luis Ortiz, hell no, I don't want to fight him. Now let me read the other article. Let me read the other article that was put out today. All this shit is fresh, y'all. This is fresh news. All this shit is fresh news. Team Hrgovic. This is boxing scene. Team Hrgovic. We hope Luis Ortiz will take the fight. Now let's read the article, y'all. I'm finna read the article. Flip Hrgovic and this team. Oh shit. Woo. Flip Hrgovic and his team hope that from the first IBF sanctioned heavyweight fight for 2022 comes the chance to move within one win of challenging for his first major title. Luis Ortiz emerged victorious in a dramatic fashion, rallying from 2 knockdowns to score 2 of his own in a 6-round stoppage of former IBF heavyweight champion Charles Martin. January 1st, Fox 4 event pay-per-view event from the Seminole Hall Hard Rock Casino and Hotel in Hollywood, Florida. The bout was billed as a title eliminator. The bout was billed as a title eliminator. The bout was billed as a title eliminator, though with work to do as Ortiz now replaces Martin as the number 2 contender in the IBF rankings. Hrgovic is currently ranked number 3 by the New Jersey-based sanctioning body. On Monday, the IBF gave both boxers 3 days to confirm the desire. The IBF gave both boxers 3 days to confirm the desire to participate in the final eliminator, which means that they're asking him, does he want to fight? So if they're asking him, if I'm Ortiz, I'm going to say no. And I don't want to hear nobody say shit about a duck because Ortiz is a proven veteran in the game and he don't have to fight Hrgovic to prove, that he's a champion, deserves a title shot. But I'm going to keep reading. To determine the next IBF mandatory challenger for the unified titleist, Alexander Usyk. Just as Miami's Ortiz has 4 years claimed to be the division's boogeyman, the unbeaten Hrgovic 14-0, Ortiz 33-2, Hrgovic 14-0 feels his pain. From the other side, we're happy that someone is in place to take the challenge against Flip. Co-promoter said, along with Matchroom Boxing and BoxingScene.com. If it's Ortiz, then it's Ortiz. The 2016 bronze medalist from Croatia, who now trains in Miami, spent most of 2021 aiming to secure an opponent for the final elimination bout. One believed to be in place were ordered bout between Hrgovic and top American contender Michael Hunter made his way to Perseberry, hearing which won by Matchroom. Hunter opted out, instead agreeing to a multiple bout deal with streaming platform Triller. Hrgovic has since fought twice, scoring back-to-back third-round knockouts versus unbeaten but untested opponents. He said, we've obviously been through the ranking system a couple of times. Ortiz may have been injured at the time of the IBF's previous order. We hope that Ortiz will take up the challenge. We look forward to the great heavyweight spectacle. We have nothing but respect for Luis Ortiz and believe he will make a good fight. Now I'm going to stop right there. Yeah. Ronnie. That's last year, though. We talking about this year, the mandatory is Charles. The mandatory is Luis Ortiz. He's the mandatory is Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz should not deal with Maxwell. Remember what they did to him. So screw that. If Flip was the mandatory, they wouldn't be asking Luis Ortiz if he wanted to make that fight. They'll say, Luis Ortiz, you got to be there. It was no problem. So why did Hrgovic fight Charles Martin? Why was Ortiz ordered to fight Charles Martin in the first place? You know what I mean? So now I don't want to hear. I really don't want to hear that. If they're asking Luis Ortiz, does he want to fight Hrgovic for his mandatory spot? No. The answer should be no, and it won't be seen as a duck because Ortiz has nothing to prove. Charles Martin been there active 2 whole fucking years. Flip Hrgovic could have fought Charles Martin for the mandatory. Why? Why now all of a sudden after Luis Ortiz beat Charles Martin for it, now they want him to fight Hrgovic. Now Hrgovic, you can keep chilling like you've been doing. You can keep chilling like you've been doing. You know what I mean? Fact. Hrgovic versus Charles Martin. There you go. Hrgovic versus Charles Martin for the mandatory. While Luis Ortiz, wait on his thing type shit. Or how about we do this? How about we rematch? How about we do a rematch? Charles Martin versus Luis Ortiz, right? See, fuck it. Charles Martin was doing good, right? Charles Martin had 2 knockdowns of his own, right? He was outboxing Luis Ortiz, right? At 14-0, you want Hrgovic to challenge for a mandatory shot. You tried to, like he said, you tried to give him one last year. He was supposed to fight Michael Hunter. He didn't fight Michael Hunter. So that means that the IBF moving funny. Because how you go from Hrgovic versus Michael Hunter for the goddamn, mandatory to Charles Martin versus Luis Ortiz? That means you should have kept Hrgovic in the mix. That means you already decided to take Hrgovic out. You already decided, to take Hrgovic out the mix. Now why all of a sudden you want to put his ass back in the mix all of a sudden? Nah, man, that ain't how the shit work, man. That ain't how this shit go. Type shit. That's the problem with boxing and these sanctioning bodies and the powers that be. There is no consistency in how shit works. There is no consistency in, and what the fuck is going on. There is no way for us to just sit back and say, well, okay, yeah, I could clearly see that this works like this because of that. With this boxing shit, it's pretty much just everybody going off what they think is the best move. Everybody going off what they think should do. Every sanctioning body in boxing oversees itself. People can pretty much do what you want to do. You know what I mean? They could pretty much do what they want to do. I feel like they just trying to get Luis Ortiz off this belt. Just like I feel like they trying to get my guy Cobb just brought up Devin Haney. I feel like they trying to get Devin Haney, off his belt. You know what I mean? But as far as this Luis Ortiz situation goes, there is no way Luis Ortiz should be having to defend his belt again in another eliminator right after coming off an eliminator that you called a title eliminator. The IBF called this fight with Charles Martin versus Luis Ortiz in the eliminator. And now they're asking Luis Ortiz if he wants to fight in another eliminator versus Hrgovic. And if I'm Luis Ortiz camp, I'm in their corner. I just came off a fight. I'm not thinking about, Hrgovic right now. In my mind, I'm celebrating me becoming, being in line for a title after all these years. I've been boxing 20 plus years and I only had 2 title shots versus Deontay Wilder. You mean to tell me I can only get a title shot if it's Deontay Wilder? No, I worked my way up to the WBC. They did their bullshit to me. I worked my way up in the IBF, and now y'all asking me if I want to defend my title, defend my mandatory spot after just fighting to get my mandatory spot. Since when do we have defenses of mandatory spots more than we have defenses of the actual titles? So I'm letting Alexander Usyk fight AJ. And if I'm Luis Ortiz, I'm kicking back and I'm just fighting the window of Alexander Usyk versus AJ, as I should, as I've earned. He's earned it. He's earned the right to do that over the years, over the course of his work of the years, and just literally just last week, last Saturday, he earned the right, you know, to to chill. He shouldn't even be having to think about no shit like this on those 3 days. You mean to tell me you go get that man 3 days to make a decision after he just came off a fight? That sound like peer pressure to me. Sound like y'all do a lot of peer pressure on Luis Ortiz. Just like AJ peer pressured him with that motherfucking contract. You know what I mean? Just like AJ peer pressured him with that goddamn contract situation. I mean, when he was the mandatory for AJ belt, after Dylan White said he didn't want to fight. You swear Dylan White was the mandatory for 40 years, but you forget that motherfucking AJ, but you forget that motherfucking Luis Ortiz was ordered Dylan White's mandatory defense. He's the eliminator, and he didn't fight Luis Ortiz. And then Luis Ortiz became AJ's mandatory, and then AJ took his ass to court. And that's where all them years ago you seen Luis Ortiz drop from number 4 to like number fucking 12, 15 in the goddamn WBA rankings. And that's when he left the WBA rankings. And now he done worked his way up in the IBF rankings. Shout out Al Heyman. Shout out Al Heyman in the PBC. Luis Ortiz switched rankings. He worked his way up to number 10 in the IBF. Charles Martin and Luis Ortiz agreed to fight. The IBF chose to make Charles Martin versus Luis Ortiz the title eliminator. Nobody asked them, you know, nobody asked them to do their shit. They chose to do that. Now y'all want to ask Luis Ortiz to fight Flip Hrgovic. And if I'm Luis Ortiz, I'm not doing it. Luis Ortiz, you don't have to do it. Don't let nobody peer pressure you into thinking you have to do it. That man don't got nothing to prove. And I know I'm on extra early. I normally don't go on this early. But I had to get this shit off my chest. I had to get this shit off my chest. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all ain't messing with your boy on the lights this morning, brother. Appreciate that, though. But let me get in the chat real quick. I'm kind of hungry now. I ain't gonna lie. He said they tried that with Deontay too for the 5 fight with AJ. Maybe Eddie Hearn smiling in Deontay face and lying at the same time. Yeah, they trying to see the IBF. They being more slick about it this time because they asked them. They asked him, "Oh, do you want to fight in another eliminator?" And because they asking him because they know they can't force him because they just made his last fight an eliminator. You know what I mean? So they being slick about this time. They go ask him, and if he say no, they go, public perception that he ducked him. When indeed he didn't duck because indeed he just earned his spot in his last fight. If anything, let Hrgovic fight Charles Martin, or let Hrgovic fight somebody else ranked in the IBF or some shit like that. But to get that man 2 back-to-back title eliminators and he wants his shot at Alexander Usyk is blasphemous. It's not like he pulling the Ryan Garcia where he out here pump faking. It ain't like he pulling the Ryan Garcia where he out here pump faking and shit. You know what I mean? This dude really wants the fights type deal. So get that man his get that man his fight. He earned it. Clearly he's earned it. Clearly he's earned it. You know what I mean? So no. My thoughts on it. Long story short, Luis Ortiz should turn it down. He should turn it down. Just like just like everybody else be turning Luis Ortiz down. Just like everybody else be turning Luis Ortiz down for years and nobody said nothing. Nobody gave a damn or nothing like that. I think Luis Ortiz should just turn it down. And we ain't gonna give a damn. Niggas like me ain't gonna give a damn. I ain't gonna say a word. I ain't gonna say a motherfucking word. I ain't gonna say a motherfucking word. Because rightfully so, he shouldn't have to do that again. And why would you even ask him some shit like that? Why would you even ask him some shit like that? Why would you even ask that man some shit like that after coming off the type of fight he just came off of? Shit just sound like some sabotage shit to me. 251. Okay. I'm finna shut it down. It's 252. He said, FaceTime, I ain't 22. I always bullshit with these fucking people. He did that. Okay. Let me read. He said Martin was number 2 in 2020 after being watched and eliminated for a number 2 spot. Hrgovic became number 3 later on. Hrgovic had 2 years to face Martin and didn't. Bingo. Yep. Know what I was saying? Hrgovic them, Hrgovic them already said they wanted. Hrgovic them already, said they said. Of course they said wanted. He just coming up a fight against Charles Martin. They just seen what happened. He got knocked down twice. They jumping at it. Now everybody want to fight Luis Ortiz. Now they gonna say, oh, he not a boogeyman. Hrgovic want to, you know what I mean? Type shit like that, man. We know what's going on. We see the play. But the thing is, Luis Ortiz don't got shit to prove. He don't have to fight this man. And it ain't because he can't win. It ain't because he can't win. It's because he already won. Goddamn, he just beat Charles Martin for that. So it is what it is on that tip. It is what it is on that tip. I think so too. But if I'm Luis Ortiz, bro, I'm not even tripping on it. Like if I'm Luis Ortiz, I'm not even gonna put myself in this situation because I don't have to. Because by your rules, I already earned my shot, right? By your rules, I already earned my shot. So why would I do that shit again? So why would I go do that shit again? It makes zero sense for me to go do that shit again. Through history, through my career, I only have been given 2 title shots my whole career, and the one person gave me 2 title shots. I just won my title eliminator in the IBF Saturday after having my mandatory spot taken in the WBC all those years ago, and a story that people like to forget. I need to do a certain T on that. That Dylan White, Luis Ortiz, and then Luis Ortiz, Anthony Joshua situation. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy Just Do Box. I should do one on that too. So I done been through that with the WBC. I just won in the IBF, worked my way up to number 10. Shout out Al Heyman having Charles Martin and having Luis Ortiz. Charles Martin was number 2. I worked my way up to number 10. Al Heyman made the fight happen. The IBF chose to make it an eliminator, a title eliminator. I didn't ask them to do that. Luis Ortiz did. I didn't ask them to do that. They did that on their own. And now you telling me you asking me to come fight another eliminator because you know that you can't make me fight another eliminator because I just fought one. Now you asking me. Now you could use their public perception shit as in, you could use their public perception shit As in, oh, well, we asked him, he said no. Damn right he said no, because he don't gotta fight that man. You know what I mean? Home said Ortiz knows Usyk not going to fight him. Nah, that's the thing though. I think Usyk will fight him though. That's the thing though. I think Usyk will fight him though. That's the thing. I think Alexander Usyk will fight him. I'm finna switch phones real quick, y'all.
Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me real quick. Can y'all hear me? I see my J said, I don't think Usyk scared. I just hardly doubt that fight will happen. Okay, bitch. Shout my got there, Alexander. All right, bitch. Okay. I just want to make sure. All right, bitch. I mean, if Usyk, let's say Usyk, whoever win the IBF, whoever win that motherfucker, Tyson Fury or Alexander Usyk. Hold on. Whoever win that motherfucker, Luis Ortiz gonna be in line. So either he gonna get that jump through the mandatory or type deal, or he gonna get that jump back if they drop them motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So if I'm Ortiz, I'm not fighting. I'm not double fighting for my mandatory spot. I'm chilling. And if I want to fight somebody else, I'll bring you an opponent. If I'm Ortiz at this point, the running joke is on Ortiz that he old as hell anyway, right? So shit, if he that old, then shit, he should be able to pick his own goddamn fights, right? He just earned his spot. He not even thinking about a fight right now. When the question is, when is AJ Alexander Usyk gonna fight? Goddamn, y'all pushing they fight back and shit, trying to pick and choose which champion y'all want next and shit. Do what y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to get Ortiz out of. Y'all trying to trick Ortiz out his spot. That's the move. That's the move. Y'all trying to trick Ortiz out his spot. And y'all think that we can't see what the fuck going on. That what the fuck y'all doing. Trying to do. That what they trying to do, dog. But I see the play. He said they fight in March or April. Okay, yeah. So Ortiz can chill. Then hell yeah, Ortiz can chill until to see what happens next. If they don't go undisputed after their next fight, then Ortiz is in line. If they don't go undisputed after the next fight, then Ortiz is in line. Straight up. So if I'm Ortiz, I'm not fighting nobody extra. I'm not doing no extra if I'm Ortiz. Especially when the IBF is the ones who asked. The IBF went out their way to make Charles Martin and them mentor. Because they had to, because Charles Martin was number 2. That's just good business by Team Ortiz. I'm excited for that fight. Nah, and now Andre, if I'm Ortiz, I'm not I'm not accepting the fight. I'm not accepting the fight because if they ask the question, they ask him, "Did he want to do it?" I'm saying hell nah because I just fought Charles Martin in my IBF eliminator. So I hope he say hell nah. So I hope he say hell nah. I hope he say hell nah. How long had he said? Oh no, I was talking about Spence Ugat. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm ready for that jump too. I'm ready for that jump too. Oh yeah, that jump in April March too. I said April March. Niggas instant start thinking about Spencer Ugase. I'm bad. Had to get my morning coffee. I'm still angry. Don't try to see the play on the world front. It's played out in boxing. Oh yeah, boxing probably one of the most corrupt, probably the most. I said most. Probably the most corrupt sport there is. He said this is war called boxing. Yep. They tried to pull the move with EJ. They tried to pull the same move on your Daniel Ugas. And like I was saying, shit, those the black Cubans damn near get it worse than the black American fighters. No cap. Just as bad, it's not worse. I'm finna get me some breakfast. Man, he said, I wanna see who boosts fire. I seen he in camp now. He fighting on Floyd Mayweather undercard. These are fights you want to see in 22 T. I want to see. Hopefully at the end of 22 we get Bud versus Earl. You know, I know I'm being optimistic about that one, but you know, it would make sense for the end of 20. I shouldn't be. I'm not being optimistic because this shit makes perfect sense for the end of 22. So I'm not being optimistic. I want to see motherfucking Earl and Bud. That's the fight I want to see above all. But if I can't see that junk, then I want to see what's the guy name? Abdullah. What's the guy name? Not fucking Abdullah. I'm bullshit. I want to see George Kambosos, Devin Haney for undisputed. Pretty much the undisputed fights. I ain't gonna lie. The undisputed fights. I want to see Devin Haney versus Kambosos or Devin Haney versus whoever the undisputed champion go be, Lomachenko, whoever Kambosos fight next. If I can get it next, I want to see Devin Haney versus Kambosos. I want to see Errol Spence versus Bud. I want to see Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury. Or if Tyson Fury pulls some fuck shit, I want to see, Alexander Usyk versus, Dylan White. I get. I want to see undisputed. I want all the undisputed. I want all the undisputed. But they said that Tyson Fury, Dylan White purse split gonna be 80-20, and it's set to do January 11th. Dylan White in court trying to get a high purse. So Dylan White might just say fuck that shit and step aside. But Dylan White won more than 20% of this shit. He did Spence versus Ugas in April, and the winner faced Crawford. Yeah, we hope so. In a perfect world, it makes sense. In the perfect world, that makes sense. It almost makes too much sense to happen. Yeah, that motherfucker came down 20%. They said our past purses, Dylan White get 20%. They said based off past purses, Dylan White get 20%. Nah, I ain't seen that junk. Andre. I ain't checked. I ain't checked. I normally don't look at them this far out. Don't get into them unless it's like for fun. Unless we end up talking about it or something. But what are they? Do you know them joints? You check them out. He said the fight ain't fresh. Of course, and glad he's not heavyweight fighter. Y'all don't see it yet. Hold on, y'all. I'm finna order some. Hold on, wait. They ain't took my order yet, so I'm still in the gym. But nah, I ain't seen the open eyes in the gym yet. Yeah, okay. But hell yeah. He said Hayden versus Cambosa, Spence versus Crawford, Hayden by UD, Spence by T.O. Usyk would be AJ, either Fury or White. He may have to vacate. Usyk would face Ortiz or Fury. I got Ortiz or said Usyk out, in my opinion. If Tyson Fury vacate, then Dylan White gonna have to fight Deontay Wilder for the WBC mandatory belt. I mean for the WBC belt. And then Wilder might have to fight Usyk. I just seen BM do the morning great. He got Paul Mooney on the for them. He's always T.O. fight. Dude really got punished. Yeah, T.O. got beat to sleep, bro. He got beat to sleep. Yeah. I had to come tell y'all about this. I said, dog, if they really trying to make this man fight another fucking eliminator and this man just had a fight motherfucking 3 days ago. This nigga had a fight 3 days ago, B. Yeah. They came up how swiftly. Yo, as soon as the fight was over, like y'all think I'm capping though, but it's buddy. As soon as this fight was over, as soon as this fight was over, one of my sources hit me like, "Hey, bro, they trying to make Flip Hrgovic, Louise, King Kong Ortiz." I said, "Damn, that's fucked up." But I really ain't think too much about it because I just knew that this shit was, I ain't gonna say I knew it was cap. I was like, nah, bro, that nigga just had to eliminate. Like he ain't even been, like he wasn't even out. He literally like the celebration was still going on. Damn it, the man went out the ring 20 minutes, and then 3 days later he got to fight Hrgovic. Nah, that shit ain't right though. But y'all, I'm finna smash. I'm finna get the fuck up out of here. I really want to come here about an hour or so, cook on this shit. Every time I see some bullshit, I'm gonna speak on it, and I'm gonna speak on the right. I'm gonna speak on the right shit. You know what I mean? I ain't Sudden T ain't one of those guys who be out here trying to patrol black people and shit. Who be out here trying to police black people and what they do uh to their little audience and shit. Trying to control the black person what they doing to their audience. When you got the powers that be, the people who really in position, to the people who really in position to make a change, the people who really control this shit, you got them fucking us over, and then you got the people over here trying to damage control goddamn how us little black folks, how we, handle and go about our own shit over here on our little side when the problem is much, much, much bigger than us. I ain't one of them niggas. So every time I see a problem, I'm gonna speak on it. Every time I see a narrative, being pushed, every time I see some bullshit, that need to be spoke on, I'm gonna speak on it. I love boxing, and then I like boxing, and then I like, my boxers. You know what I mean? It's boxing first, then, the boxers. And really, it's fuck the power, that be on some real shit. So it's people out here that want to call out. It's people that get real amped up about Earl and Bug, you know what I'm saying? People that get real amped up about Gary and Devin, you know what I'm saying? People that get real amped up, about, Deontay Wilder taking losses and shit. But they won't look over, but they won't, say nothing about, Tom, or they won't say nothing about, you know, motherfucking Bill and all them folks over there, handling their business the fucked up way that's been. And when I say Bill, I'm just naming white people names. I'm just be real. I'm just naming white people names. Tom, Bill, shit like that. That's about those guys trying to police us and what the hell we be doing over here in our little section type deal. People need to start thinking bigger picture, man. You really got to pay attention to what's really going on. You got to pay attention to keywords and how people word shit. Pay attention to the narratives. Bob, bingo. Pay attention to the narratives being pushed and shit, and make sure that you don't get caught up in, only your people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like to say, well, I only watch black channels, so these the only people that well, you need to expand your horizons. Don't come over here trying to, decode and it say you gotta battle, you gotta fix it from within. But yeah, what a lot of people doing is they're not fixing it. What they're doing is they're causing commotion. Fixing problems is not coming over here down in your own people and praising the other man. That's not fixing the problem from within. That's causing confusion within. And most times like that, really, it's people like that who I don't fuck with. It's people like that who I want knocked off and shit like that. Not use that term, just for determine what it is type shit. But it's people like that I don't want to deal with. It's people like that I don't fuck with. And I can smell and I can see those people from a mile away. Even when they think I don't, I do. Understand. I see all. So even if I don't see somebody go tell me. So I know a coon when I smell one. I know a hater when I smell one. I know niggas who watch my page who just try to police me instead of who worry about their own shit, trying to get their shit, off the ground to be successful. Don't come over here police me on about what I'm doing, trying to help me. Don't tell me shit to do on my shit when you can't do it for yourself. You know what I mean? Don't tell me about what I do if you can't do what I do, basically. You know what I mean? But that's all I gotta say, man. People need to quit trying to police their own people and open their eyes and look at the bigger picture. But that's all I got. I want to hit on this Louise Ortiz shit and what's really going on, which really the problem in the world in a much bigger picture. But that's all I got. Skin Hardaway, Southern T. This ain't the past, this ain't the future, but this the present. That's how we rocking, and I'm out. Love.